Trading some of the parts I got at Brickworld, I was able to get some really cool old Citizen Brick figures, being these two characters from the movie The Warriors. And I thought it'd be fun to do a video showing these off since they're a bit rarer, and I bought this figure at Brickworld in 2022. And I thought it'd be perfect to get all three of these Warrior figures together in a review, so let's check these out. The members of the Warriors gang didn't come in packaging, but the Fury, or the baseball gang member, comes in a typical Citizen Brick card. On the front, some little notes and jokes. On the back, the typical write-up about Citizen Brick. All of their figures are printed on official LEGO parts and pad printed just like LEGO. And one of the bummers about these carded figures, like I always say, is that you got to take them out. I used to be a lot more careful about getting them out of the packaging, like I would save it, but I've really come to the realization that that's just collecting garbage, and I don't do that anymore. Just to start out with, let's just throw on one of the Warriors figures, just because they're going to be a little easier to look at. You know, standard neutral face on, I believe, dark tan. Is that the color? I hope so. And the torso also has that color printed on, and it's a little off. You can see it's a bit more yellow than the plastic coloring, so that's too bad. I would say for the most part, Citizen Brick prints a pretty accurate color for skin tones if they do something like this. On the back, it has the patch for the Warriors gang name, and the logo being a skull and some wings sticking out, so that's kind of cool. Honestly, this has a pretty LEGO look, but doesn't have any wrinkles or anything, which fits if they're going for a more basic design. Chest hair is pretty typical of Citizen Brick designs, where it's just kind of black lines. It's kind of funny to see a belly button on the figure too. On one half of the vest, you got the buttons, the other one just has the pockets. So, you know, it is what you expect from something like this. Hairpiece is pretty standard as well, being introduced from Prince of Persia. This like longer hairpiece appears on all sorts of different figures. Not going to be anything on the other side of the head. And that's it. No leg printing or anything, no accessories. So that's honestly a little disappointing and too bad. It seems like from the movie, you just got to throw on a knife onto these figures or something and give it a little bit of extra flair. And yeah, that's this character from the Warriors. Moving on from that one, here's the one in that light nougat. This one at least has a bit more of an interesting hairpiece, using that one for Han Solo. But you can see that the torsos are going to be the same, I'm pretty sure. Maybe the hairs are a little bit different, but this one's just printed with that light nougat instead. On the back, same logo. So yeah, that's kind of it for the Warriors. There's supposed to be a third one that would be in reddish brown, but I don't have that one. But there you go, that's the torso. And it's too bad, since it has the skin showing, you can't use this for any ethnicity. It has to be for these specific ones here. But that's just kind of the character design, where they're shirtless with a vest on. That's how that goes. Let's move on to the Fury. And I'll definitely say this figure is where the characters from this movie get interesting, featuring 4 different custom parts, the 2 different sleeves, which are molded by Citizen Brick and are also printed, the molded bat, which I believe is a Brick Arms bat, also the custom hairpiece, which is glued onto the head. For those, it is molded in a way that you have enough room for the baseball hat, but if the hat is deeper than this one, it's not going to be compatible. But having the bald head like this is kind of fun. I'll just throw the hat on for the rest of the review. Since the hair is glued on, nothing on the back of the head. But you can see the makeup on this is pretty fun. Having the black eye and black lipstick, it seems like. Bit of an angry, menacing face. Other than that, though, you know, the torso is pretty generic and could be used for just a baseball fan, or if you got a bunch of them, a normal baseball team. It's not necessarily a gang. Like the Warriors torso, it's going to have that logo for the Furies. So that's kind of a fun way to differentiate the gangs. So all of them are branded with their names on the back. So that's kind of goofy if you think about it, but sure. I really enjoy the shoe printing for the cleats. And overall, you know what, having all that wraparound printing is very cool to see. Works very well. And it would just be cool to have citizenbrick do a bunch of baseball jerseys and whatnot for different teams. Even if they were just for the Chicago teams, I would buy them. You know, you can see the silver belt there. Yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. I do really enjoy the citizenbrick sleeves. They work pretty well, and getting them printed is even better. Quick, fun comparison. Here is the citizenbrick Chicago baseball figure that they made for Brickworld one of the years. Kind of similar detailing with the striped jersey. Other than that, though, the belt loops and stuff might be kind of the same, but the actual belt buckle is different. But it's kind of fun to see different sporting outfits like this made. And I'm glad I have this figure too. It's very cool. But for the Fury, let's get it off the stand and go to the final verdict for all these figures. Just having one of the Warriors figures and the Fury together, and it's very interesting to see these two different styles mesh together. These Warriors figures are prototypes, so, you know, they're not wide released. It makes sense that they're a bit more simple, make it cheaper with a smaller amount of them being made. But seeing a very highly detailed figure like this one, it would be nice to get these Warriors figures in an updated design. When I was at Brickworld, I actually heard from some people that Joe is considering printing these again. So if that does happen, it probably would be more modern and more detailed. But for me, you know what, I'm just happy to have an older figure that kind of gives me more perspective and something to compare to for citizenbrick's past. And, you know, it could be helpful for the future just to show off some of those more simple designs from a different time. But this is such a cool figure too. I love the custom hair pieces that citizenbrick does. And also having some printed sleeves is cool. And if you're not into the movie, like me, I'm not super familiar, I have seen it. It is nice to have a cool baseball uniform like this. You could use that for anything really. Plus, you know, having that baseball bat's cool too. But as a movie fan, I'm happy. This is a cool addition to my collection, have both of these. And that's why I love citizenbrick, just the random movie stuff. And I can't wait to see what other characters like these they'll put out in the future. If you want to see any other citizenbrick reviews or any other custom LEGO videos, check out all the other videos on my channel. I've been Brick Ratty Up, and I'll see you in the next video.